First of all, let me say, I want them to take Love and Listings off the TV. Love and Listings, if you don't know, is a show about young real estate agents, young, entrepreneurs out there doing their thing in the real estate business. I appreciate what it gives, and I appreciate the fact that there is black people on the show. But the show itself, the storyline, if you will, I don't care for. I don't like how the one and only black woman on the show is treated. I don't like it. I want to say I don't like it. It bothers me a little bit seeing all these black men lust after these white women on the show and these ambiguous women on the show, and it's just, ugh. Take it off. And the dudes there's only, out of all of them, out of all the cast members, there's really only maybe two I like. One girl and one guy. I don't know nobody's names. I don't know. But yeah, it comes on at 10, I think, on Mondays. Not the show for me at all. And that Taylor girl, what's her name? Taylor. Yeah, the Taylor girl, the little mixed girl, light skinned girl, whatever. She works my nerves bad, and nobody calls her. She's been showing out and acting a fool this whole time, and nobody really done choked her up against the wall yet, and it bothers me. Anyway, what else? Why do girls' cruise have a reunion? For what? For what? And I love everybody on Girls Cruise, genuinely. Little Kim, Maya, Chili, B. Simone, Pretty V, all of them. Sean and Tiffany, got to know them. They're cool. Like, I love them all, but why? And it's a 2-part reunion. What the hell happened on the season that required a reunion? So y'all can give Girls Trip a reunion, but y'all can't give a lot of these things that deserves reunions. A lot of these reality shows. Child, please. Anyway, this is Love and Hip Hop, isn't it? So Apryl, she meets with her mom. Y'all know Apryl is half Asian. Not sure exactly what culture of Asian, but her mom's Asian. Dad's black. Anyway, she meets up with her mom, and she talked about the fact that how she got emotional, talking about the fact that how she was bad as hell growing up, and how her mom had to leave her at one point at 5 years old and come back into her life at 11. I guess just to get herself together, and now that she's a mom, she really understands sacrifice and all that good stuff, and I hear that a lot. Once you become a parent, you finally understand some of your parents' tactics, and the way they handled certain situations. So there was a sweet moment. One thing I can't say about Apryl, even though her and Fizz they make my ass itch. I can't say that I appreciate Apryl for being completely vulnerable and allowing us to see her reality. Whether that's actually her reality or not, we're gonna go ahead and say it is, because I'm tired of fighting this. I know we sick of them, y'all sick of them. This whole season is a bust to me. But this is what we got to talk about, so we gonna talk about the thing. But I appreciate the fact that she's so vulnerable and opening herself up, because that's not difficult to do on a national television show. So Apryl Jones, I appreciate that from you, my love. Okay, Apple Watts. We meet Apple Watts. Well, we know damn Apple, don't we? But y'all know what I mean. We see Apple Watts, and I should have had my red case, to go with the the hair and the shirt. You know, why not do a red moment? Anyway, Chase, stay on topic. Apple's laying up in the bed. Y'all know she got them titties done at Barnes and Nobles or somewhere in the back of Barnes and Nobles or somewhere, child. And you know, she's in pain. She says she's never been in so much pain in her life. I'm like, well, duh. You got your titties done at American Eagle, girl, in the back of American Eagle. What is you talking about? Ooh, child. But anyway, you know, we meet her sister, which is not her biological sister. But, you know, y'all remember she had a father who she thought was her father this entire time. Found out he wasn't her father. But the girl is actually the father's biological daughter. But her and Apryl had already established a relationship, so they remained to be family. So, you know, beautiful, lovely. So Brittany B, she comes over to talk to Apryl, and Brittany B is just, she continues to talk about Lyrica. And you know, Lyrica's friends with Apryl, and vice versa. They wasn't at first, but you know, once she realized that Apryl wasn't trying to sleep with A1, then you know, they became cool. Brittany B just continues to drive this whole Lyrica thing in the mud, and it's just like, how do you're looking crazy at this point, Brittany B. I don't know how you wanted to come off on TV, but you did not make any fans on this being your first season, sis. You did not make any fans. You are horrible, honey. And I don't know if you're actually that in real life, but they really have been portraying you terribly. Terribly. And it's looking like you thirsty to be Lyrica's friend. It really is. And for what? For what? She, you know, she's so upset because apparently she knew Lyrica way before Love and Hip Hop. And now Lyrica act like she don't know her now. I'm like, well, who gives a damn? Who is, you know, we love Lyrica, but who is Lyrica to be that upset about that she act like she don't know you in person? Who the hell is Lyrica? I don't know. But you know, she's upset about it. Apryl had another scene later on. We met Apryl's mother and one of her sisters. The story goes is that the mother, I believe, was on drugs or something, and she couldn't raise the girls. So Apryl, her sister, and her other three sisters, which are triplets to my understanding, they all went to go stay with the grandmother, which is the mama's mama. Apparently she kept the triplets, and Apryl and her other sisters was bad as hell, so they put them two out. And, you know, they was just on the streets and, you know, trying to struggle to survive and doing, you know, any and everything to make it. So Apryl, you know, she forgave her mom for back then, and she also thanked her sister for help taking care of her. And, you know, Apryl's really, really, really been through a lot in her life. I can only imagine. You know, we all just wish the best for Apryl. We really do. But do Apryl wish the best for herself? Now, Apryl, this is the last season we want to see you on this whole struggle bus situation. I'm not sure what's going on. You know, I'm assuming you and Sean Love officially fell out from last season. I'm not really sure, sis. But this is the last time we gonna see you in them wigs. You know, this is the last time we gonna see you getting titties at Bath and Body Works. This is the last time, okay? That's the last time, sis. Now, hell, you know, after a while, I'm gonna start to think you like the struggle. Nah, come on now. It's time to get on up like Jodeci. So yeah, that happened. What else happened? K. Michelle had a scene with 1/3 of the group Sugarland. Kristen Bush, I believe that's his name. I love Sugarland. And, you know, she was talking to him about, you know, racism in the industry, and do you think that I would be accepted being a black girl, especially a black girl coming from R&B and having songs like, you know, y'all know K. Michelle songs, child. I ain't even gonna get all into it. He was like, you know, well, you know, as long as it's a good song, you know, it's not gonna matter whether you're white or black. And I disagree, because if my memory serves me correctly, when Beyonce performed at the CMT Awards, whenever she had Ain't Been Too Long put out Lemonade. And I remember on the Country Music Awards site, they took her performance down. You know, and she performed Daddy Issues with the Dixie Chicks. I mean, if that ain't prime racism, I don't know what to tell you. And country music came from black people. You know, it used to be called bluegrass, darling. So, I mean, everything comes from black people. Rock and roll, country music. I ain't gonna get on that. But yeah, do I think K. Michelle will have success as a country singer? I hope so. I'll buy her stuff. I like K. Michelle's music. I don't know. Wish, hope, pray. That's all we can do. But, you know, I do agree with him in the sense that all you got to do is get a hit, and who cares about the artist? As long as that song is a hit and people like that song, you good. K. Michelle also had a it's so funny, she changed her name. You know, now she's using her real first name, which is Kimberly. Nobody calls her Kimberly. Stop it. But K. Michelle meets up with Tone, which is her surrogate mother or potential surrogate mother. K. Michelle's issue is more so with the boyfriend, you know, asking her to sign contracts and stuff when he's not even the baby's father. We don't know who that nigga is. But, you know, Tone, you know, she really wants that coin, so she's trying to be nice to Kay. And K. Michelle was just like, look, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want any kind of, like, real closeness contact with you because, you know, it could be a situation where you could be carrying my babies and then you don't want to give them up and all this craziness. So she was just like, I might have to find a different surrogate. She was like, listen, nobody's going to be perfect, Kay. And K. Michelle was just like, but I want close to perfect as possible. And Tone was just like, well, that's me. And K. Michelle was just like, I see. Let me see. Lyrica G had a scene. Oh, she was performing her new record. I forgot what it's called. Lyrica G can sing. That's Lyrica Mama. You know, she had on a suit, white outfit that was inappropriate, but, you know, she thinks she's 25, so we'll let it go. She performed her song. Speaking of Jodeci, one of the members of Jodeci was the one that is working with her in some kind of way. Either he wrote the song or helped produce her whole album or whatever. So all of a sudden, they're sitting down talking. And then we see Pam comes up in this horrible wig. Y'all know Pam. Pam came over. I want to come over and make amends. I want to come over and make amends with you. I know that's your daughter, but that's my son. I know that's your daughter, but that's my son. I want to come over here and make amends with you for the baby, for little Ocean, you know. Lyrica, she was just like, oh my gosh, Pam, I had no idea you were coming over here, you know, but it seems that you are in peace. You know, those Bentleys are crazy, but you know, I'll accept your apology for the baby, for baby Ocean. So the grandmas went off and did their thing. All of a sudden we see Brittany B and her hips come up and start talking to Lyrica. She gave Lyrica a hug. She wants to extend the olive branch and fake apologize to Lyrica and all this. It's just, Brittany B, please go somewhere. Oh God, I wanted to like you. I really did, Brittany. So she's coming over talking, and you know, she was, you know, started talking about the whole Summer Bunni situation and everything's going on between her and A1. Then all of a sudden we see Zell Swag. You know, Lyrica and A1 was mad at Zell Swag for being on Instagram Live with Summer Bunni. And so he came over and him and Brittany B instantly got into it because Brittany B threw him and Paris out of her little party that time. Y'all remember that? And, you know, it was just a reading match back and forth. You know, he said that he don't like zebras and, you know, she was kind of coming for him a little bit with some stuff. And then she ended up walking off and Zell apologized to Lyrica. You know, Lyrica saying that need another place to go because she tired of A1. Let me see. There was a scene with Apryl, Paris. They went to Nine Mag in Chicago. You know, Black Ink Chicago. And she's apparently friends with Ryan and the whole nine. And we saw Willie and Shonda, who used to be on the show. And said that, yeah, these my people. And Apryl wanted a tattoo for free. She said that she'll let him hit for free just to get a tattoo. And I'm just like, Apryl, you're really showing your character. You're really showing who you are. So there was the big table scene with Willie, Shonda, Apryl, her mama, her stepdaddy, little Fizz, Paris, and some more people. And they was talking about the whole Chicago show, whether Apryl was going to show up or not. It was going to be a lot of mess, a lot of controversy, because now everybody's speculating that Fizz and Apryl are a couple, even though they're not technically saying it, which is the dumbest thing in the world. And so it was kind of got emotional for a while. We learned that little Fizz really have been there for Apryl, like a lot, and the mama was just thanking him, over and over because, she can't be there for Apryl like she would like. And, they started crying together and, it was lovely. It was stunning. It was definitely, a nice scene. I don't know their life. I don't know Drew personally. I don't know Apryl. I don't know any of these clowns personally. But, Lil Fizz has definitely made a drastic impact, and apparently a positive impact on Apryl's life, and so my hat goes off to him in that manner, because any kind of change that you can make. And apparently Apryl at one point was in a very dark place. I've been in a dark place many times in my life, but I go up, all kind of ups and downs, darling. So I definitely know how that is, and so shouts out to Apryl and shouts out to Lil Fizz. But the whole hiding thing is, if they don't really like each other, is stupid. You're both grown. I don't particularly like the situation. I wouldn't have particularly chose, somebody who's in my inner circle. I mean, whether Fizz and Omarion are currently friends or not, they're brothers. It is what it is. They grew up together. They've been rocking it out with each other since they were 14, 15 years old. So, I mean, there's a long, extensive history, long memories, darling. I wouldn't have necessarily went through the family, so to speak, like that. But, I mean, they say love is love. We're going to go with that. And, yeah. But are these people thirsty for camera time? Absolutely. 100%. Let me see. Where is Moniece, by the way? Moniece is coming back next week. Yeah, Moniece has been MIA, so it'd be good to see Moniece. Let me see. What else is going on? So Lyrica had a scene where she had her good friend Sia over there. Well, I just love her style. I think she's lovely. Sia. She came over there, and her mom came over there. Found out that apparently A1 had met some girl on a plane, and he invited her back to the room, and they had sex or some shit. She found out through somebody, and she just is tired of A1. She packed up the stuff, left his dogs, and hit the road, Jack, and don't you go back. No more. So A1, he comes home and realizes everything gone, including the baby. And he calls Ray J over there, and Ray J understands why Lyrica left, but at the same time she could have said something. Why? Once you're done with somebody, you're done with them, and why stay till you get home so you could just lie to my face and say you didn't do it again? Why? Who wants to put up with that shit all the time? Child, please. I don't owe you no explanation, child. I might send you a text that the baby with me, the baby alright, and that's about it. Ray J gonna have the nerve to tell A1 that he needs to learn how to keep his dick in his pants. And I say, wow. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle, calling the pot, calling the kettle? Ray J, please. You ain't cheating no more because you sitting over there got a belly like mine, and ain't nobody think about you because you done ran through everybody. Everybody done had your tired ass. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. So next week, you know, A1, he looking all sad, and he didn't admit to sleeping with the girl, but I think he's lying. I do. I think that A1 has always kind of wanted this lifestyle. And now that he has accumulated this lifestyle through being in the right place at the right time, through opportunities, through his own talent, and through God, he now is kind of feeling himself. And any fine girl who he probably could not pull years ago, now he can pull them because he's A1 Bentley. He's just taking advantage of that. He's riding that fantasy ride. That's what I think it is. But you need not to forget that you have a wife, sir. You knew you was going to be out here being a hoe. And you knew that you could not resist temptation. Why get married? Why have a child? But I mean, we can say that about a lot of people, can't we? Trying to take all day trying to figure out why people do silly shit. I don't know. You know who you are before anybody else does, but you still go along with shit. For what? Was that it? I think that was everything I talked about. Everything that happened on the show. If I missed out on anything, y'all tell me in the comment section, darlings. Tell me what y'all thought about this review and everything and all of the things. With that said, I am Mr. Chalak. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. This for you, sis. Chosen life. Run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Yes. Stay black, stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.